cash a hoe. My flow, water alkaline. 10 down at a time, standing on my morals, trying to make my way up out the grind. Niggas swearing they love the culture, but calling legends irrelevant. Support misogynistic bullshit and other devilment. The streets call collect. Be careful how you connect. Might not live long enough to reflect. Imagine how your brain works at 25 versus 45. The good die young. Lost souls become immortalized. Partners get martyred. Just think if you bought it, your demons for good. Things you can use as tools of getting out of the hood. Shootouts occur daily. Sermons move for army recruits. The youth ain't listening to reason, and the reason is slow. I can't lie. As a youngin', I was thuggish and trite. Could've easily lost my life behind the gun or the knife. I dropped my set of sins. Most of us don't live to become veterans. Just boys who can't become better men. Once again, they spin the block and they not really caring who in the cross. It ain't hip-hop, nigga. It's street life got a cost. Cold, they not living by. So, I'm not giving mine for no amount of diamonds or gold. Cash or hoe. My flow, water alkaline. 10 down at a time, standing on my morals, trying to make my way up out the grind. Grew up with this nigga, came out the sword together. Drop packs, pull snatch, counted racks, and more adventures. There were times when you helped your nigga out of a ditch. He did the same, never thought the day would come when he switched. But this loyalty happens to paupers and royalties too. And energy reciprocates without you knowing it's true. Just elevate a little quicker and see if the bond sticks. Feel beyond sick when proving that the bond wasn't the jig. It called with kilos. And gauge how fun it is to be amigo. Overinflated egos, soul to soul to your people. All good just a week ago. To the peers, caught the kid and your friend. Let the reaper know your name and location. The game got fouls flagrant. Next time, take your favorite rapper's words as only entertainment. The codes. The codes. Code, they not living by. So, I'm not giving mine for no amount of diamonds or gold. Cash or hoe. My flow, water alkaline. 10 down at a time, standing on my morals, trying to make my way up out the grind. Peace, peace, peace. You already know what time it is. This your man LaRon MC.
And your boy Just Tracks.
And this is Craft Conversations. Fly culture talk, dope craft beers. You already know what to do. Pop open your favorite craft beer, sit down and let's talk.
And vibe out.
Hey, can I front on it?
1000. Peace, peace, peace.
Hey, yo. Peace to the people.
Peace, peace. It's your man LaRon MC.
It's your boy K Bridges, K. Bridges, if you're writing it down.
You already know what time it is.
Bang,
we are
bang.
live right here on Hot 107.5.
702.5.
702.5. Why am I tripping today, man? Is it going to be a good day for me?
Oh, you already know it is. It's going to be a good day for me.
All right. Remember, this show focuses on current topics in the culture, including but not limited to the art scene, the music scene, more specifically hip-hop, foodie scene, of course, the craft beer scene. These are opinionated topics that stem from bar talk with the homies.
Hey.
And it's all fueled by good-ass craft beer. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
I'm starting to feel the electricity.
Yeah, feel me? It's been a little bit. We was off for a week,
Right,
got rusty for 10 seconds, but we back to it.
You know what I'm saying? Let's do What's on Your Pilot segment real quick. You know how we get down. We let you know what tops we popping. And if you're listening on Facebook Live, make sure you hit us in the comments. Tell us what you're sipping on.
Hey.
Right now in the glass, I got Of Balloons and Unicorns, Hazy IPA by Abel Baker. Shout out to the good folks.
Balloons and Unicorns, bro.
Abel Baker.
Happy day.
Right. I got West Coast Junkie by Las Vegas Brewing, 7.3 on the Richter. And Revision, Kitty Has Claws.
I don't think I've seen any. I think I seen the balloon one. I ain't seen the other two.
It's a 7 on the Richter. Some nice little funky
Shout out to Abel Baker, always having new artwork, different brands, man. They seem unlimited at this point, so shout out to them.
The artwork has been fantastic, phenomenal, all that good shit.
All that good shit.
I'm working on the label right now.
Well, shit, you had already showed the one that you had did over at the crib.
Yeah, I got a new one. I got a new one coming out in a couple of weeks. Couple of weeks, I believe. Yeah. So
hey, stay tuned.
We'll be in there. How your week been, brother?
Man, busy, fantastic. Had my cousin came out here for like a week. I've been working, doing shooting stuff, working some events, doing all kind of different stuff, man. I've been busy, but it's good to be back, though.
Word up.
Good to be back.
All right, so this is episode 123, I believe. I think it's 123. We're going to go with 123. Grammys.
So I didn't even watch the Grammys.
I didn't either. I never watched the Grammys.
I saw who won the best rap album. Actually, I just said I seen it. But
Probably, I'm going to guess and say Kendrick.
It was Kendrick. Oh, they had to hit it. They had to get him back for that mishap with Mr. Thrift Shop.
Is that what it was? I'm pretty sure.
Nah, it was worth it anyway.
Yeah.
Peace.
What's going on, brother man?
What's going on?
Scotty Bono tapping in.
Tapping in. What's good with the fella?
Sir.
Did you watch the Grammys? Are you a Grammy
I
watcher?
watched some of it. I'm not an award show watcher, but I did watch some of it.
All right. I used to be way more into watching them, but it's like, some of the imagery they be having up there be a little much for my sensibilities. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
Very good. So let's talk about imagery because that's what I got on the list mainly.
Right.
The whole Sam Smith situation. Now,
Which one is Sam Smith?
So the white cat that sings, I don't know what, I guess it's considered, I don't know what it's considered.
Okay. Oh, I know who you're talking about. But what was the imagery? Like I said, I wasn't watching it.
So I haven't seen it. I saw some clips of it, and because I know my timeline had got on fire for a second, and they was like, yo, so we just gonna do straight up
the devil shit, right?
Seance, devil worship.
Yeah, I seen
like,
a lot of that
on live
too.
TV. So I just saw a little clip of it. I seen him win an award in the clip, and he had on like the red dress and all that shit.
All right.
So they had a lot of fire and devil horns and all this other shit, right? So okay, before I get y'all opinion, I'm gonna say this, and this I just think it's really weird. People's perceptions of the devil, like visuals of like the devil and shit.
Like what's evil or not?
Yeah, like the red and the horns and all this like weirdo shit. It just, I think it's like cartoon devil shit.
Right.
And if there is a such thing as like an entity that is like, you know what I'm saying, Shaitan or whatever, I guarantee you is way more.
He ain't gonna
horrific.
Right, he ain't gonna be looking. He ain't gonna be looking that smooth. Just like a nigga with red and some horns. Nah, he gonna be a monster.
And some fire everywhere.
Right.
So, do you think? I don't know how to phrase this question. Do you think how do you feel about the perception of like devil worship in like mainstream media?
I'll go first.
You
I'm asking the room.
Yeah. So honestly. I wouldn't think too much of it if it was like one time, right? But honestly, like I stopped watching the Grammys because first sort of it was some of that. A lot of it was like some of the super. I can't even watch it with my daughters sometimes. This shit is so provocative with the whatever they doing. The BET Awards is worse, but overall, I feel like over several years, I keep seeing more of that get added into it. And if you think about all the quote unquote, conspiracies about like, blood drinking and sacrifices and all that stuff that's in the industry, and people in the industry have mentioned, they hit a certain wall and they like, I'm not going past that wall, and they expose certain things that they would have had to do to get into it. It's kind of hard for me to feel like it doesn't mean something deeper than just artistic expression, right? So I don't know that for a fact, but it's like, that's why I just abstain from it, because I don't know what y'all really trying to program me with this shit. Now, for the actual imagery itself, yeah, I ain't tripping off what it looks like you said. Who knows if that's even what Satan would look like or whatever, but it's the focus on it every single year from the bigger and bigger artists, seems to me that there is some kind of nefarious going on. And if you think about the cultural context of what the devil means, bad stuff, evil stuff, to focus on that.
I think the name of the song is like Unholy or some shit like that.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, that makes sense. But yeah, I say it's not for me because I feel like those the imagery of the devil, if people, especially young people, consume that and feel that it's normal, then they could also normalize, things that are, devilish, such as anything like murder, bad acts. I don't want to get too graphic on different acts that could be had, but I feel like there is a programming aspect to it. The art doesn't bother me as much as the programming aspect, personally.
Scotty?
So, my thing is this. You ask anybody to describe the devil, they gonna all have the same description. The devil is not a picture. It's an energy. It's bad energy. Like, I don't want bad energy. And I let people who want to worship that do what they do. They ain't none of my business. As long as my energy over here is good, y'all do what y'all do.
Hey, that's facts. That's facts. I feel
that's all I got.
I feel the same way, bro. It's the programming of the energy that I don't appreciate. It's not really the imagery in and of itself, because that's just artistic expression. But I don't like the programming.
There's a cartoon.
Right, I agree.
A new cartoon out. It's a black cartoon. The characters are black. I'm just gonna call it a black cartoon because the characters are black. Because I don't necessarily know. Right? Yeah, I don't know if black people make it. They try to keep it funky. They be having some fly hip hop beats and you know what I'm saying, some lingo.
Right.
Hip hop lingo and shit. It's called like Moon Girl and like Devil Dinosaur or some shit, right?
Oh shit.
So
was this a kid's show?
It's a kid's show.
Oh,
exactly, right?
Man.
So Pooh had this thing where she was upset about like trying to show the kids like certain cartoons and shit, or like just anything for kids to watch.
Right.
And she was saying like, I don't like how like when there are black cartoons, it always has something to do with like voodoo,
right,
or devil. Like why is the dinosaur a devil dinosaur and shit? So they tried to explain it, but it really kind of don't matter if the dinosaur got horns, which is what they consider a uniform of like what the devil would be.
And some dinosaurs had horns, supposedly, right?
Yeah, but not these particular horns, man. Like
they look like.
Yeah, they made it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The thing is, she narrowed a long name down to devil for short. Is their explanation?
Oh, it's like an acronym, like DEVI or Devilanshire.
Nope.
Devalander.
I can't explain it, but that's what they, you know what I'm saying? That's what they got. So, like, the kids are looking at this. I know my kids in particular, because one of them watches some I'm assuming adults doing kid content on, like, YouTube, and she's equating, like, good shit to, like, angels and, like, bad shit to, like, devils or, like, demons and shit, but don't really understand, like, how deeply intense demonic situations could be. I understand that it's very innocent from her perspective, because she's like, angels are always good and I don't like angels, and she gets this shit from
she think angels are soft or something
from this cartoon. So I'm trying to figure out how to explain. Should I explain it to her? Like, how to explain it to her without going too deep into the horrific aspects of like demon and angels.
Right.
First of all, I don't believe like in like, niggas standing outside and looking up in the sky and was, I seen an angel.
Like angels and demons, right?
Angels wear white and demons wear, you know what I'm saying?
Right. But I like what Scotty said about it's more like an energy thing, right? So it's like this energy is supposed to be good, this energy is supposed to be bad.
But my question is the energy being attached to supposedly innocent iconography?
Good question. I feel like that iconography in and of itself can be innocent, given it's where it derived from in the first place. But that's just me. I don't know. I think, you could look at it, because kids, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, like, I feel like that with my own daughters. I'm like, sometimes I don't necessarily want them to, even like some Disney stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't necessarily want them watching this stuff, but it's like, at the same time, I'm more go off like what their perception is of it. If I feel like their perception is actually being molded by what they're watching, I'll ask certain questions or what they think about it. If it's innocent, I'll probably leave it alone. If it feel like it's actually influencing what they think about something, I'll probably try to correct it.
That makes sense.
And then sometimes, like, I don't always watch what they watching, so I probably miss a lot of opportunities.
Nah, I gotta see it. Like, if they really enamored by it, I need to see. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I tell her all the time, y'all in there having too much fun with that. Let me see what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me tune in.
Right.
Right.
I gotta see. I want to see what they seeing, and then I can't guide them if I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Where they get certain ideologies from.
I mean, I done seen a lot of kids shows with some really, really, really like weird context that, like, if they don't know what's going on, they could see something in their mind about doing some weird shit like it's normal. Like, you know, you do got to watch out for that
I
shit.
used to watch Adventure Time with my nephew, and I never thought nothing of it. And then one day I heard him telling his mama about an episode, and hearing it out loud, I was like, yo, like, if I didn't see that shit, and I was just hearing him tell me, like,
It sound evil.
It sound
Yeah.
it sound like kids shouldn't be watching that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So what do you think about the creators who create this stuff? Do you think they're doing it? I guess it doesn't matter necessarily.
But see,
that was
that's my question for you, because you talking about, and you too, Scotty, because y'all talking about energy, and you were talking about agendas. So do you think that the agenda is to put this in black communities, as far as like most of the, because like, what was the name of that Disney joint that had the princess?
Proud Family?
Nah, they had the princess, with the frog and shit. It was in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, the Princess and the Frog.
That's
with,
what
Princess Tiana, the only
Yeah.
black Disney princess, who was a
Yes.
frog for most of the movie.
So you want your daughters to watch that, but young children can't watch that shit, because that shit get mad creepy in some areas.
Yeah, some of the imagery was super spectacular in that movie too, man. I think that's one of the last straight animated films that Disney made too, till they start converting everything to the 3D animation. And I like the concept of it, and you know, my daughters like that movie. I don't know, it's hard, bro.
How old were they when you showed it to them?
Well, how long ago did it come out? It was a while ago,
Yeah,
right?
it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It probably might have came out maybe even before my daughter was born, or like right around my older one. She 9. I think it might be more than 9 years old. But it's like, for the imagery, just because the Disney stuff is there, you know, and there's other stuff they watch on Disney that got black people in it. But that one was one of the seminal ones, because we didn't always want, we as a culture, but it's nice to see a representation of a black princess amongst the Snow Whites and Cinderellas and all that, right? And I'll say, it didn't mean that much to me until I seen what it meant to them. It does mean something to them to see that, but it's like, I try to avoid getting too deep in a conversation unless I realize that they're at a point where they can actually handle it and understand it
Right.
a certain way. And like, you know, or else you might just confuse them. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm trying to avoid. And I'm learning. I'm still.
Scotty, you got young ones, Scotty?
Nah, he ain't got no babies.
Nah, no shorties for me.
Okay. He said, I ain't ready yet. I'm still out there.
No, I ain't ever ready. I'm not ever having. I'm gonna live vicariously through y'all.
Yeah, he got mad nieces and nephews though.
So, super uncle, huh?
Right.
Damn, I had another one. A point, I can't remember it at the moment. I don't know. That's crazy.
I mean, with all the mainstream shit, this stuff is placed either subliminally or purposely or intensively, depending on the grade. But there's different grades of it. But like, you know, you look at a company like a Disney or a DreamWorks or like whatever, man. They all come from the same umbrella that all this stuff comes from, that affects other real parts of life as well.
About. Yeah, I finally watched the second Black Panther.
Oh, I love that movie. What'd you think?
I didn't like it that
A lot of
much.
people didn't like it. A lot of people loved it.
I feel like Dr. Umar.
It got 80% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I feel like Dr. Umar. I think it was a cool movie.
They took it away from us.
Yeah, we was getting fucked up by the underworld Aztecs for like the majority of the movie, and I feel like
but she had a chance to take him out, and then she showed compassion.
exactly,
at the end.
and that. But see, I'm trying to watch it as like a fucking spectator, like a fictional spectator, and I'm transferring this shit over to real life. Like,
I mean, Black Panther mean a lot to the culture.
I'm like, yo, black people always showing compassion to motherfuckers that's trying to snuff them out of shit.
Hey, is that godly or cowardly?
It depends.
All right. I would say from stuff that I've looked at, stuff like home team history and stuff, you really look at our history when we started spreading out and teaching other cultures, we've always sort of been that way. And I think potentially, at least the way I like to think about it, the way I like to think about it is it's a godly type benevolence because, like, what does that
Turn the other
benefit
cheek?
you? Or just to once you defeat your opponent, to forgive them. You got to defeat them first.
Nah, fuck that.
You know what I'm saying?
When you go to the flow, when they take it low, go all the way down to the flow with them.
Oh, they like Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. He
man,
said, when they go low, stop them.
Yeah, when they go low, kick the shit out them niggas, man.
I ain't too mad about that.
Nah, that's immature LeBron, man. Like I say, it's too that one part of me be like, yeah, that's cool. But I mean, like, this nigga just pulled this long ass spear out of your gut. He tried to fucking murder you, and you got this motherfucker down. He just killed your mama in your face, and then told you like, yo, scoop up your dead, grieve the memories, and fucking get back to what I want you to do. Nah, bruh. As soon as that nigga dried out, I would try to dry that nigga to dust, bruh.
Right, but then you would also be setting off a generational war after that.
So?
Hey. So be it.
So, let's get it.
You know, hey, when you in that seat, you got to make that calculation,
man.
and it's either no or so.
Hey, man, I'm like, let's get it. But the thing is, like, they didn't ask for that shit, bro. Like,
But remember that the queen sent in the people to go get her daughter.
why wouldn't she?
Well, of course not. But remember the daughter told her, we can't leave her here. This is going to start a war to the spy chick, the one that came and got her.
Killing my mama start a war.
We can't leave her here, or it's going to start a war. No, he killed the mom after that.
But I'm saying it was already going to be a war because he told them,
Right.
either help me defeat all of these motherfuckers, or I'm going to fuck you niggas up.
Do you think that he had a point, though, that since they the ones that exposed the existence of the shit, that it did put them in danger? It did put them in danger.
Yeah, of course it did.
So you can negotiate, and then if you don't want to negotiate, then you want to force. Because she was like...
That wasn't a negotiation, bruh. If you tell somebody, either do what I want or you going to get fucked up, that ain't a negotiation.
That's a threat.
Word
You
up.
want a direct.
That's
It's a
right.
threat. It's a threat. It's definitely a threat. But I mean, you dealing with civilizations. This ain't personal necessarily,
It is,
right?
though.
You trying to protect your family and your people, and they did something that put you in danger.
Why? Because people was digging for the shit? Well, they dig for the shit.
They didn't start, well, in the context of the movie, the fictional atmosphere.
I understand
They
all
didn't
that.
start digging
I
until
understand.
T'Challa came out and exposed that vibranium exists
I
on the planet.
understand all that.
They
but
thought
you
it
don't-
didn't even
I
exist.
understand all that, but you don't think it's nasty to go to somebody and be like, hey, somehow they found out about this shit because of something that y'all did. So now y'all help me take over the whole planet, or I'm gonna kill you niggas. You think that's the
I think
response?
it's I think it's nasty.
By the
for
way,
sure.
let me kill your mama first.
Word.
Remember that the mama got killed. Wakanda drew first blood. Y'all do remember that, right? They killed his sister or whoever that was.
Listen, man.
That was his family member,
Wakanda
too.
was minding their business, bruh. He came into he got through their defenses and came. They didn't know nothing about this motherfucker.
Right.
He came to them
Right.
first. It wouldn't have been no blood drawn if he hadn't have came fucking with they shit.
True. And so, what you think
And
about
mine
Shuri's
is all
decision to
good.
spare him?
I told you.
Everybody want to
Fuck all that.
Come see what we doing.
What'd you
Right.
say, Scotty?
Everybody want to come see what we doing.
Right. So you feel like
your ass out
the
in the
negotiation
ocean,
should have
man.
been a little
Hold on,
more
let me
regal.
hear my nigga.
Oh,
What-
sorry, brother.
We over here chilling, man. Stay your ass out in the ocean.
And he comes swimming up in they territory, in their country, talking shit.
He got bombed because of them exposing vibranium. He said he held them back, but he lost people then too.
So we lost people too.
Yeah. So what is he supposed to do? Just leave it alone?
Nah, defend your people.
But without coming to the source.
My nigga, if you come to Wakanda and say, I got enough army motherfuckers as a blaze of grass that you got in your country.
That's nasty, right?
What the fuck you need me to add my people to that shit for, nigga? Go defend the water, nigga.
Because he puffing. He puffing,
Yeah,
that's why.
puffer fish ass nigga.
He puffing. You a puffer. He a puffer. I like that. He a puffer fish.
I was
sure.
happy as hell when she snatched that nigga wings off his ankles. Get them shit to the root, man.
Yeah, he definitely deserved to die, but I don't think it was a bad
Flying ass
reflection.
nigga.
I don't think it was a bad reflection on her to spare him, given the ultimate consequences of later down the line. And we'll see how it goes if they make a 3. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like
Well,
he
he
deserved
already-
to die.
he
But
already
her
kinda-
showing compassion, I think, was probably a calculation on her part, which I can respect.
So then at the end, did you see his calculation?
Yeah, that they're going to be our allies now, and then when
Nah,
they need something,
that's not what he said.
she got nobody else.
That's basically what he said, but that's not the underlying thing of it. It's
What's the
like
underlying thing?
he telling her cool out because now we can use these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
So
basically.
but I'm saying it's still, even after she spared him. Usually when you spare niggas that's trying to kill you, after you spare them, they don't be like, oh kumbaya, let's hold hands and do this shit the right way. Nah, they just go back to the crib and try to come up with another strategy to fuck you over.
Well,
that's why I say, nah, nigga, stomp this nigga out.
Yeah, I mean, to avoid a generational war,
You ain't gonna avoid
maybe.
it. You're not gonna avoid it. It was already gonna be one.
Well, I guess
That's where his mind at.
Well, his mind was to have them help him take over everybody else originally,
Or die.
or die. That's nasty. I got you. But I don't know. I understand the power because power and morality ain't always the same thing, right? And sometimes you got to choose things that you might not choose on a moral standpoint in order to protect something.
Yo, fuck
So,
all that.
Hey, you going down, nigga?
If your enemy try to kill you and you have the opportunity to kill your enemy, kill him. That's all I got to say.
Perhaps in her mind, she felt maybe because we didn't see her afterwards talk. Maybe her calculation is I spared him, so now he'll be under our thumb. Maybe that was her calculation.
So even if
So
it
they
was,
both thinking the same thing, maybe.
oh man,
Our power don't respect morality too much. We talking about lives being
nah,
lost or saved.
but it was morality with her deciding not to kill this nigga.
It was, so she got the upper hand spiritually.
Fuck out of here.
The ancestors
Who got the high
would be
ground?
proud.
Man, kick that nigga off the high ground.
Now, I'll be a
man.
couple ancestors proud. The rest probably be like, you should have killed him.
Ugh, that's disgusting. NBA trade deadline, a lot of moving
Oh, man.
and shaking in this NBA.
Yeah, well, my team made one move
Lakers,
that was kind of
Lakers
cool.
got better, but the Phoenix Suns looking crazy right now. Devin Booker and KD. Let's see what happens.
Hey,
with
man,
that.
KD been jumping ships to the super teams, and we ain't seen a ring without Curry yet, so let's see it. Paul ain't got no ring. I don't like Chris Paul, I ain't gonna lie. I like him as a human, but I don't like him as a player, as an identity. He's a good player, but you know, he was on the Clippers for hella years, so I'm a Warriors fan, if y'all didn't know, but so I've been hating on Chris Paul for the longest just because he's so just arrogant and they never won nothing.
Your boy is too, though.
Yeah, but he won
But
something.
he won something. That's your point.
It is.
Arrogance with win.
Yes.
Is all right.
Yeah,
with
you got to
Okay.
give a little more credit to
I
him.
get it. I get it.
Yeah, Chris Paul's a flop master too. Him and Harden on the same team. That was the flopping ass team ever was the Rockets and the Clippers. So Chris Paul got to be the one.
It looked like y'all got screwed.
Yeah, it looked like the help with
Yeah, he
GP too.
failed.
I was happy to have him back, but
He failed
yeah, I say take him back anyway, bro. What else we gonna do? It don't matter. We ain't winning this year, and if we do, hold on. Let me put a pin in there. I don't believe we're gonna win
Man,
this year,
they got a whole.
but I'll take
half
it back
season.
if we get the 8 seed in the playoff.
what'd you say, Scotty?
They got a whole half a season. I ain't counting them out.
Yeah, no, I ain't counting them out. But so I'm saying if they get the 8 seed, I'm on. I'm gonna retract it all. But Curry out for like 2 more months too, though. So this is gonna be a little rough. That's why they was trying to get GP so they could at least play some defense while their offense is gonna be suffering a little bit. The Warriors been giving up like 120 points a game. Man, that shit ugly. It's just so nasty.
Brian, first of all, congratulations to Brian.
Congratulations to LeBron.
Oh my God!
Yo, calm down, motherfucker. Calm down, niggas. Yo,
Congratulations to the king.
At ease,
I
niggas.
knew we was gonna get there.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, look, I'm not about to stay on this, man. I just wanted to say that real quick, my
Right.
nigga, and then I want to talk
I
about
can't deny greatness, bro.
the AD,
That's good.
the AD photo.
Yeah, I saw when he sat down and everybody started clapping and he was looking like he didn't want to clap. He said he was mad because they was losing the game.
Then he should be mad every game.
He might be.
They've been losing lots of games. A lot of the reason.
He is.
A lot of the reason
He
is
is usually in street clothes.
right. A lot of the reason he not mad enough to stay out of street clothes.
Oh man. I mean, you can't blame a man's body for not being able to hold up.
Nah, but I heard that it was about Westbrook too. So I don't know how true that is or not.
What, like he got Westbrook back over LeBron or
No,
something?
they were saying
Something
they were saying that Westbrook was being a cancer in the locker room.
Oh, I'm sure. He's been a cancer in every locker room. So everybody leave that nigga and then they kick him out.
But I don't care. I kind of don't really even care about, like, whatever your situation is. If your man do some shit, fly, you supposed to, you know what I'm saying, tuck that shit, celebrate.
I think it was a terrible look, but we don't know what's in his heart though. So and he been with LeBron. They won rings together.
Nobody's gonna care about that nigga heart 20 years from now when they talking about that moment and they just see that picture. It's just gonna be like, yo, look at this hating ass nigga.
Well, if they win a chip together, it'll be forgiven.
I don't think so, bro. Look at the
so-
history of how
so
people
I-
talk
so I
about
have an
NBA
argument.
players. Go ahead, brother.
So I have an argument. All of LeBron's moments are in losing moments. All of Jordan's moments are.
Oh, get the
about
fuck
his
out of here.
winning.
I'm curious. What you mean by that?
I know what he's saying. Every time LeBron.
Because they did lose that game too.
Yeah,
right?
they lost the game. But that ain't on Bron for losing the fucking game.
Wait. So what does that tell you about
hold
the two
up.
players?
Let me and Scotty do this real quick.
I'm listening.
Let me and Scotty do this real quick. All right, so Jordan's name comes up all the time, which I imagine it would if you're talking about greatest of all time shit.
Scotty, you a Bulls fan?
We from Chicago. We from
Yeah, right. So I
Chicagoland
imagine
area,
that's what I
Indiana.
imagine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So give me some more, Scotty. Finish your point. I'm not gonna cut you off, no matter how hard I work.
All of LeBron moments are in losing moments with his team. Jordan moments are about him winning.
So is that the team or is that Jordan and LeBron?
It's just the moments. The moments that we celebrate Jordan in, it's a winning moment.
Because of the team.
Whatever you want to make it
No,
about.
it ain't whatever I want to make it
The
about.
winning moment.
It ain't whatever
you want to make
my
it
nigga,
about.
it ain't whatever I want to make it about. If Jordan scores 50 points and his team doesn't do shit and 50 points ain't gonna win the game, nigga. The whole
All right,
team
you-
effort
you're
is
right.
gonna win the game.
Here's the thing. I agree with that. But all of LeBron's milestones are in losing moments.
What the fuck do that mean, though?
Does that mean he's not?
Hold on.
If he's so good?
What are you trying to say?
Why is his team losing if he's so good?
Because it's a team, nigga. Yo, what type of question is that? So you asking if LeBron is so good, why is his team losing?
I'm saying
That's your
all
question?
of his milestones
Is that your
are
question?
in losing moments.
Is that your
I'm
question?
only talking about milestones.
No, but you just said if he was so good, why is his team losing? That don't make sense.
Why is his team losing in milestones?
In those moments. Oh, okay. That's the full sentence.
I mean, do you think 6-0 versus 4-8 is better on LeBron because he's been there 12 times, or 11 times, and Jordan was only there 6, but he never lost? Like this a splitting hairs argument,
But here's
right?
the funny thing,
Splitting
though.
hairs.
But here's the funny thing. Y'all niggas keep saying that this nigga is losing in all of these, and Jordan is winning in all of these. And I'm telling you, it's a whole fucking team, my nigga. They didn't only. So here's the crazy thing about how people look at this shit. They only look at this shit in certain ways when they looking at somebody like that who nuts they swinging on like Jordan. So if somebody from another team scoring, averaging like fucking 40 points, and they don't end up winning the championship, you gonna say that nigga whack, or you gonna say that's a dope nigga on a whack ass team?
I mean, nobody's saying LeBron whack.
I'm not attaching names to this. I'm just saying, in player.
Is one greater than the other in that moment? If one scored 30 and his team won, one scored 50 and his team lost, I would say the winner gets the goal.
Here's the misconception.
I would say that.
Here's the misconception. I'm not saying anybody is the greatest fucking player of all times, because most of the time when people start talking about who the GOAT is, they shit varies. It's not a consistent situation. If you talking about because he won 6 times, whoop-de-woo, Bill Russell won 11. Why he not considered the greatest?
He the greatest
If
winner
it's
of all
about-
time to me in any sport.
That's you, but that ain't what the mainstream dialect be when they talking about who the greatest basketball player is of all times.
I think sometimes greatness, when you get to a level where stats and comparisons is so, let's call them even, then you got to go with impact, and winning is the only way to decide that, right?
But winning is a team function.
It is. But you know how I get looked at, though.
Nah, but that's what it is. You cannot win if it's not a team. If Jordan lose, nobody being like, yo, Jordan lost that game. But when the team wins, they're like, yo, Jordan, who?
If he lost a chip, they wouldn't have said that. You don't think so?
It's about who has the most impact on the team.
So when Kerr hit that shot that made them win that time, did Kerr save Jordan? Or did he do what he was supposed to do?
Did Ray Allen save LeBron?
Or did he do what he was supposed to do as part of the team? Nah, see, hold on real quick, Scotty. You asking me that question like I'm in agreement or something.
Okay.
I'm posing a question. Take me out of it. Because I feel like you answering.
I'm answering the question.
I say
I'm
yes.
not talking to you, Scotty.
I say yes.
I'm talking to KB. You are directing your questions based off of what you think what I think personally.
Right.
I'm not asking any of that.
Okay.
This
I'll
is
say
a
yeah,
very
then.
generalized, broad.
I'll say yeah. In that particular instance, moment, series, yes. Not his whole career.
So you think Kerr saved the championship, saved a Jordan championship, and
Yes.
not saved the Bulls as a team into winning the championship?
I thought Kerr saved the Bulls, but it saved Jordan's legacy as a winner or loser in that series because, fair or not, it gets put on the star player. I'm not saying that's a fair way to look at it,
Okay.
but that's how it gets looked at.
That's an important point.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it should necessarily be looked at like that, but that's the way that is like the bigger consensus is that matters. Just like in football, like wins and losses is on the quarterback. I'm a Derek Carr fan, and you know how many people tell me he ain't shit because he didn't win enough.
Well, that's a you and Scotty conversation because I mean he really y'all into football real hard. I don't know much about football.
But yeah, I'm not saying it's fair, but heavy is the head that wears the crown. You get credit, and you get credit for the L's. If you're gonna take credit for the W's, you get credit for the L's, in my opinion.
You should. That's fair.
Right. So we coming back to the same place?
No, I would see. That's the thing. You think I'm on an opposing section from you because
Where are you?
I'm telling. If you listen, I'm telling you where I'm at. I'm not. I don't think I'm saying anything. There's no hidden agendas.
You're what's the word?
No, I'm not.
Ambivalent about it.
What I'm saying is, and the thing is, because Scotty brought this to me. He slapped me in the face with this topic. I'm saying I don't regard anybody as a GOAT, but I do feel like you have to be. You don't have to be, but I would appreciate it if people were fair about what they're considering when they calling people what they're calling them.
And to be fair, when you get into it, there's a lot of nuance, right? But it has to come down to something if there's a decision to be made.
No, of course.
So what would it come? So you just saying you would never make the decision to put one great player over another, regardless of anything?
There are clearly people who are better than other people.
Okay.
This is not a participation trophy situation.
Okay.
I think the problem comes in, like people can't differentiate between best player right now and best player of all time. The best player right now is LeBron. And that's
20
even
years is a long
maybe
time, bro.
Right now.
That's a long time.
What was that last thing you said, Scotty?
That's even a maybe right now. Giannis is probably the best player right now.
Yeah, I think that G
But
silent.
for the last 20 years, 15 years, it's been LeBron. LeBron is the best player right now. So what criteria? Everybody has a different criteria on best player. Why they decide who the GOAT is. So what we got to all settle on the criteria on who the best player is, and then we can have that conversation.
So who's the best player?
Jordan.
You asking me?
What's the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal is to win. Jordan won, but
The
you
ultimate
brought up a
goal
good
is
point.
to win
I think
championships.
Bill Russell
The
has,
ultimate
what,
goal
11
is to win championships in a team environment.
So
Well, whatever you want to call.
Why do you keep doing
the
that?
A part, huh?
Why you keep doing
Because
bro, whatever you want to
whatever
call
you
it.
want to call it?
the
That
goal
sounds
is to
nasty.
win. Who won more, LeBron or Jordan?
LeBron, Jordan, or anybody? What you mean? Why just got to be LeBron or Jordan?
That's my point.
Because we giving them the rare
So,
air of
we
the
can
only
go-
two
we
in
can
this
go LeBron
conversation
and
right
Jordan,
now.
Then we can go Jordan and
Kobe
Bill
won
Russell.
6, didn't he?
won
Five. He won
5.
5, right?
Yeah, he won 5. He lost 1 though.
So that means Jordan won more.
I think if LeBron overtook Jordan's if LeBron gets to 6 or 7,
That's not gonna happen.
I will put him over Jordan.
That's not gonna happen.
But he
Would
got to
you
get
take-
to 6
would
or
you
7.
take Would you take Kobe over Jordan?
Nah, because he was the second Jordan. He was like he modeled his shit completely after Jordan.
But you would take Bron over Kobe?
The all around player, yeah.
You would take Bron
Who
over
inspired-
Jordan?
So we're talking about team sports. Who inspired their team more?
Is that the biggest criteria? Is that what that's what I'm asking?
Yeah,
I'm
are we
not
talking
saying it's
about
the
when we
biggest.
start a team
No,
with this guy?
That's why I said I'm asking you. I didn't assign that to you. I'm asking you a question.
Hey, there's no LeBron hate out here, just so y'all know. He ain't hating on LeBron, man. He impressed the hell out of him.
No, we not.
Who cares? Hate on him as much as you want to. That shit ain't got nothing to do with
I
me.
will
I'm
not,
just saying,
sir. But I can't if I want. I appreciate the allowance.
This real bar talk right here,
Second podcast,
motherfucker.
what you say?
Real bar talk right here. See, this is why I love this shit, man. All right,
Man.
look, I'm tired of going back and forth with you niggas. I'm gonna move it before we got like 10, 15 minutes. The top 50 greatest rappers list. Since we talking about greatest, great.
Oh, I didn't even know they put one. Who put it up?
Billboard.
They going off numbers though?
I don't know.
That sound like it already.
I'm gonna read the names and you tell me if you think they're going off numbers, skills, or whatever the fuck you think they're
They in
going
order?
off. Do y'all want me to go from 20 to 1 or 1 to 20?
You ain't got to do none of this shit.
You say none of it?
Go
Man, listen.
maybe
Listen.
10. 20 is a lot.
Pac, Andre 3000, and Rakim. There we go.
Nope.
We done.
Oh,
all
wow.
right, so I'm gonna read
All
it.
right.
I'm gonna read them for you from 20 up. Number 20, Big Daddy Kane. Number 19, Missy Elliott. Number
Ooh.
18, Ice
Okay.
Cube.
Okay. all
Number
right.
17, 50 Cent. Number 16, Scarface. Number 15, Cole. 14, LL. 13, Rakim. 12, 3 Stacks. 11, Kanye West. 10, Nicki Minaj.
So they
That's
must
laughable.
they must
Hold on.
be
All right, I just wanted to get a real quick response.
I'm getting
to
a
that.
sense of what they're
And
going
then
off.
I'm going to go all the way up to 1 now. Number 9 was Snoop Dogg. 8 was Drake. 7 was Tunchi. 6 was Biggie. 5 Eminem. 4 Pac. 3 Nas. 2 Kendrick. 1 Hove.
Kendrick is number 2 on this list of all time. All right. Now, this is Billboard putting this out. So they can't be going off just pure skill or else that list is a little bit out of order, right? But they must be going off impact, probably numbers, chart toppers, the stuff that they have metrics on, right? The Billboard. I don't know. I had to think about that. I'm surprised that Hov and Kendrick
Nah,
are 1
man.
and 2. And I love
It's
Kendrick.
exactly
I'll put him
what
top
you
5,
said.
but it's interesting. They must be going off more than pure skill, though. Honestly. Which kind of goes back to the other conversation.
All right,
But anyway.
okay, I'm going to give you mine, and then I want to hear yours, Scotty. I'm just going to give you my problems with this list. Stacks at 12 is nasty. Face at 16 is nasty. Kendrick at 2 is nasty. Nicki at 10 is nasty.
Her and Missy, the only 2 females on this list. Did I hear that?
And Missy is 19.
They the only 2 in the top 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear no other female. Okay.
Man, Andre top 5. That's all I gotta say.
I don't see Tariq on here in the top 20 at all.
So I shared a new one, and I'm gonna give it to y'all.
Okay.
As soon as I pull
Pause.
It's a different organization put this list out?
it up. Oh, puppy paws.
Wow.
All right, so this one has. I'm gonna just give y'all. The
Who
top
put this
5 on
out, though, so we can know the context?
I'm gonna give y'all the top 10 on this one. This is the homie Major 7,
Okay.
and they've been working on this for 4 years. And they
Shout out to Major.
They did a score. Huh?
Shout out
Yeah,
to Major
big
7.
shout out to Major.
Yeah, he did
Okay.
the joint on Classic Ole Miss on all streaming.
All right, big
So
time,
I'm gonna
big
give
time,
y'all
big
they
time,
top
big time.
15, and I'm gonna read 15 to 1. Fontaine the 15, Tupac 14,
Ew.
Cool G Rap 13, KRS 112, Ghostface 11, Royce the 5'9" at 10, Scarface 9, Rakim 8, Common 7, Kendrick 6, Nas 5, Biggie 4, Jay-Z 3, Andre 3002, and Black Thought at number 1.
So obviously this slant is way different than the Billboard
Yeah,
slant.
that's a rapper's
Yeah,
list.
that's a high level lyrical, like what you looking for type of slant versus Billboard probably looking more at, the other shit, the gaudy shit. It's wild.
Billboard going off the impact because Billboard is about sales.
Exactly.
You make it on Billboard based on your sales, so that they're gonna base theirs off of that.
So
That's
my
whole
question
premise.
for you, Scotty, would be real quick. And I actually, personally, I think, I like the second list. I like your list better than the Billboard list, although I feel like the Billboard did, the people that they put in there was worthy in the spots. I feel like Jay and Kendrick are number 2 all time. Is a little whatever, but if you look at, whatever. Did they put Drake on there too somewhere?
Yeah, he's on here.
Okay, and Drake wasn't nowhere on this other list, right?
Drake number 8.
Okay,
on the
and Drake
Billboard
ain't even
list.
on the Major 7 list, right? At all.
Drake ain't on that, man.
You're
Drake
right.
He made great music.
Right.
He
So
ain't a lyricist. He made great music.
my question for you, real quick, Scotty, brother, is
Well, hold up. Never mind. Go
oh yeah,
ahead.
do you
Because this gonna be a shouting match.
do you think that do you think that Impact sales, distribution, ears that have been on it over time, do you think that adds, subtracts, or is neutral to the greatness of the artist, the rapper?
Do I think that what?
Do you think
Sorry.
that sales and impact, do you think that adds to a rapper's legacy on this list? It takes away from it, or it doesn't matter because it's all about skill? Like where would you put sales and impact at? Because we're not talking about skill with these 2 lists, obviously. One list is about skill, and the other one is about impact. It sounds like
But I think they think it's about skill.
impact
gotta go
could
to
be considered a
criteria on
skill,
that.
but
What
now
criteria are
I
we
gotta
doing?
get all think about all this other context and shit.
The reason why I think that they think it's about skill is because Jay, Kendrick, Nas.
That's 9 rappers right in the list.
Jay, Kendrick, Nas, M, Big, like all up top. Like,
You can't have impact without skill, right? You gotta have some kind of skill.
nah, that's not true.
Who's the least skilled rapper out of that 1 through 20 that you read, in your opinion?
Missy.
Shit, that kind of popped out to me. I say
Snoop.
Missy a little bit. Snoop kind of hit me a little bit weird. I say that, even though I love Snoop.
I'm gonna say Nicki.
She can rap her ass off though. Like she can. I'm glad somebody, that one female made
I
the
ain't
top
heard
10.
enough. I mean, I've heard a lot of her music, but I'm saying I haven't heard enough.
Her earlier skit
lyrical
was more.
prowess.
Her earlier shit was more like really skilled, and her newer shit is more. I wouldn't call it gimmicky, but it got a little gimmick to it. So I you know, she got an impact on the culture, but I know what you mean by that.
I'm talking about rap.
I know what you're talking about.
I ain't talking about that impact. I'm talking about how the fuck they put the words together, the cadences, the style, all of that shit.
So should we just categorize
all
types
that.
of rap and like y'all? These are the greatest impact rappers. These are the greatest skill rappers. Should we just divide them, or how do you delineate?
But when you say rap, you talking about rap. If it say the greatest rappers, it don't say the greatest money-making rappers or the greatest impactful rappers. It just says rappers. So if we talking about rapping
Because
and the
because
skill, the
if you
skill
go
it takes
greatest
to rap,
money making rappers, you're gonna have to put Master P up there in the top 5, and Ja Rule and 50 Cent and Dr. Dre. Like
50 Cent was in there somewhere.
We got to come to a consensus on what we judging this by.
And that's what I'm saying. I think the people who produce these lists came to different consensuses, right? So it's like, how do we?
The consensus should be lyrics
Okay.
or structure.
Okay.
rapper shit.
And if we going off of that,
Do you even
I
think
agree
everybody
with
who
this
made
a
that
lot
Billboard
more.
list even can qualify to even judge all that stuff? I don't know who they are, but I would doubt it just
At
because.
this point, that's a mute argument, man. We just trying to we just arguing between what we see in front of us. We can't dig underneath that shit. We can only talk about what we seeing or why the fuck this is the 20 on the greatest rappers list. The only other way to do it the way you want to do it is we'd have to go to Billboard and sit down with the niggas that sat down and made the list.
Well, it's more not like about what they
We
talking
ain't
about.
sitting-
It's
we
about
ain't
if we
sitting
was
down with no niggas.
if we
That's
was
the
to come
problem.
to a consensus. Is more what I'm thinking.
you said
right?
we ain't sitting down with niggas is the problem.
That might be the problem.
We go to Billboard to sit down
might
with them.
be the
We ain't
problem.
sitting down with no niggas.
1,000%.
Ah, yeah, and
1,000%.
that's what I was saying before. Like you think because did people really from the culture make that Billboard list? I don't know.
I'm gonna say no, and that's just my assumption. But I see,
It might be one, but he ain't no
yeah,
nigga.
I see how they try. Right, Ron Stallworth out this motherfucker.
They hating on the one nigga on the Billboard team. Like you should have said, you know that nigga shouldn't have been up there.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. Man.
Yeah. But, you know, I think it kind of comes down to like impact is the only difference that you can make between skill. There should be a floor for there should be a floor for how high your skill should be, and then impact should be considered after that.
Nah,
I
it
would
should
say.
just be all considered skill if we talking about rapping, in my opinion. Because I mean, I'm coming from a rapper's perspective, and if we just talking about rhyming, and you know what I'm saying, the
But some rappers are so skilled, but they don't be connecting with as many people.
That don't mean shit.
You don't think connection matters as much?
No, not with the way I'm presenting my argument. My argument is just based off of skill level. Period. I don't care if there are motherfuckers like a comment when it's not on this list in the top 20, but rhyming he could out rhyme at least 6 people on this fucking list just off name. Now he impacts people that don't necessarily project onto Billboard, but that don't mean he less of a greatest rapper than anybody else, bruh. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so in your opinion, point blank, impact
Skills.
doesn't matter.
Skills.
Okay.
Skills.
I
What are you
got you.
doing on the microphone?
I
How
got
are you
you.
doing that shit? All right, that's our time. That's our time.
Oh, man.
Very good conversation.
You know we're going to be
we
talking
need a
about
whole-
this. You know we're going to keep talking
We
about
gotta
this
do
after
a
the
whole-
mics
we gotta do a
go.
whole bunch- We got to do a segment on that.
Yeah, we might just talk
No,
about all of this. This be the only thing we talk
I actually
about
have
next week.
a real good context on this from this couple documentaries I've been watching lately on YouTube
We'll talk about
it.
next
So
week.
we'll talk about it
We'll
next
talk
week.
about it next week.
All right, we doing socials?
Yes, we doing
All right,
socials.
kbridgeslive.com. Kbridges Live on every social media. That's KBRIDGES. Bang.
Hey, man, it's Scotty Bono. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You good?
Oh, you good?
It's Scotty Bono, SCOTTYBONO, on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me for your favorite cat videos and shit like that. Holla at the boy.
Yo, your man LaRon MC, www.LaRonemcee All kinds of merch. I'm in Screaming Demon in the Arch Factory. Next Saturday, we doing third Saturday. We got Lethal Rapping performing. We got K Bridges performing, and I probably might jump on there and do a couple of joints. But I'll have art all over the building, so y'all come through, check that out.
Multitasking.
Appreciate everybody for listening. We will catch you guys next week with 127. Peace, power, respect. We out.
Much love. Peace.
Peace.